1 teacher.
Ooh.
Miss Murphy. Miss Murphy was this tall, red hair, like pale skin. Like she was like a Julia Roberts, but with legs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But please understand, but there's a reason why I remember Miss Murphy this way. I was in grade 1, and why do I remember Miss Murphy as a lady with legs and
going for dates?
Do you see what I mean?
Hi everyone, welcome to the Womancave Express right here on the Kitchen Podcast. Ikamalamgo Avela Makwati. And today we have a special guest with us. But first, I want you guys to introduce my co-host. Hey babe.
Hi, how are you,
Mama?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. As you know, I'm Leem Konza. It's great to be back. How are you guys doing?
It's awesome.
Good.
It's awesome.
Good.
We have Unazi Somhlahlo Sinazo. Okay, I'm going to say her full names.
Yeah, it would be nice if you did that.
I'm using her poetry name, Nazi. Okay, Naz, introduce yourself to the people.
Hi everyone. So my name is Sinazo Somhlahlo. I am a poet, as Avila has alluded to, and my stage name is Nazflow. So yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
How are you? How are you? You look pretty.
I look like a young snack, don't I?
More like a whole meal, girl.
If only I like girls. If only I like girls.
Out here looking like a young snack.
If you guys want to communicate with us, you can find us on the socials. We're on Instagram, Kitchen Podcast _20. The Kitchen Podcast _20. I always get it wrong. You can find us on Facebook, The Kitchen Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, The Kitchen Podcast. Please subscribe, like, and follow. If you want to communicate to us via WhatsApp, you can get us on 071 575 9895. Today we're talking gender identification and gender fluidity. So basically the LGBTQ.
Community.
No, look, the acronym is long.
It's very long.
Essentially, what we go with now is LGBTQIA+.
Yo.
Because what it is that it's an ever-growing acronym.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, what we want as human beings is to be identified as something. We all want a name to identify what we are.
So they're always adding.
So we add to it. I mean, it used to be LGB at some point.
Yeah. But except for like non-binary people. Humans. Non-binary
people. But they're part
does
of
that
our
even mean?
rainbow. They're
Yes, they are
rainbow.
part of the
Yes.
rainbow, definitely.
Non-binary, what does non-binary mean?
Yeah.
It means not identifying with
Male or
male or female as a gender. So you are. So it's they and them as a what do you call it as a pronoun? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, they do not want to be. You can't say, well, she's here and she's great and whatnot.
You have to say they.
You have to say they. You have to refer to them as they or them and stuff. Because at the end of the day, they don't want, if they change their looks, they don't want to be like, oh, okay, so you now transgender, you changing from this to that. No, I'm who I want to be whenever I want to be that person.
Hectic.
Yeah. So yes.
So I think, Naz, what I want to know first of all is, how did you know that you were lesbian? Because most people will experiment, date a guy. Have you dated a guy before? Like, did you instantly realize, Wuti, I love women?
So there's a term I hate. But I'm going to use it now because it's what people use. There's a term, gold star lesbian, which is what technically
and platinum
I
lesbians.
am. So a gold star lesbian would be someone who's never been with a man, someone who's never experimented with a man. It's literally.
Oh, okay.
So I hate that term. I hate it all my life because I feel like it diminishes other people who have, because people don't, no lesbian woman dates a man or sleeps with a man because they want to, or it's always to please someone else. It's always to appease family or society and their communities. So that gold star thing for me is a mess. But not basically my whole life, guys.
Like, when was that one?
Not my whole life.
You
When I realized that I've always liked women. When I had a memory of my grade 1 teacher, Miss Murphy. Miss Murphy was this tall, red hair, like pale skin, like she was like a Julia Roberts but with legs, right?
Oh, wow.
But please understand, but there's a reason why I remember Miss Murphy this way. I was in grade 1, and why do I remember Miss Murphy as a lady with legs and
going for dates?
Do you see what I mean? So ultimately, all it means is that it's just always been. It's always been a thing.
Yeah.
I was born this way.
Yeah, you were born this way. Lady Gaga, shout out.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
It's quite interesting. And has anyone, because you know how society finds it so hard to accept people who just love other people, you know, or the same sex, should I say. Did you have people who kind of approached you and said, hey, listen, I could change you. Yeah, you don't know what you want. You know, I mean, you get those.
So how explicit am I allowed to go here?
Explicit. Fully.
We're over 18 and a half.
Okay, all right, great. Men, Jesus. Oh, men.
Right.
I feel like we need a convention where we need to talk to men on their own. There's a problem there.
Yeah.
And I say it as a joke now, but it's also the reason why we struggle with corrective rape in our country. I've had a couple of men who will say to me, oh, so you've never tried it? How do you know you don't like dick? And my response is always, how did you know you don't like dick? Did you have to try it? Yes. And that's my thing. Is that, like, you didn't have to try it for you to know you don't like it. So why do I have to try it to know that I don't like it?
Actually, on that point, you know, because like I like experimenting in the bedroom, right?
Okay.
All right. No. Just to go on that point.
I'm scared.
Like, yeah. So I was like to the guy, well, how far can I go? Like, listen, you can do anything you want to me as long as you don't put a finger up my ass. I'm like, but why? And then he's like, listen, what if I like it? I don't want to because I'm afraid that I'm gonna like it.
Then he thinks he's gay.
Yes, then he thinks he's gay. I'm like, no, but it's not like that. It's like that. Nope, I don't even want to try it. So it goes back to the point.
But you know what I've always found is that women are so much more comfortable with the fluidity of their sexuality. So women, for instance, won't say a guy can't go down on them because then it's going to make them lesbian. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But for some reason, men think if they enjoy a little butt play,
I mean,
it means they're gay, and it really doesn't.
It's at all.
It's a pleasure point in your body. Why are you worried about what it means? Like it's
for everyone. For male and female. It's a pleasure point.
More males though, because literally their prostate is up there.
Yeah. Oh. And also their G-spot is there.
Exactly. So you hit that and they die.
honey, don't be making sounds that you never knew existed. Really? But you're right, and I think it's the whole labeling aspect of it. It's like, why can't I just enjoy something for enjoying it, and then why should I be labeled? Hence, we have people who are now non-binary and people who are like fluid. In their sexuality. Because I want to be with a woman today and I want to be with a man tomorrow.
I saw the weirdest thing. I saw a lesbian butch couple with, a lesbian butch with a gay feminine. So he's gay and he's feminine and she's lesbian, but she's butch.
And they were a couple.
in a relationship. It's something they've never done, but because they were drawn to each other, because the other one was feminine and the other one was male-like. I was like, okay, we are really evolving.
No, but it's always, I feel like, you know what my biggest issue has always been is that even within the community, there's a lot of discrimination. And I feel like the labels sort of, they fuel the discrimination because then you're going to say Usnazo is butch. So by virtue of Usnazo being butch, Usnazo can never date a masculine presenting woman.
I was gonna ask that. That was gonna be my next question. Is then how do you navigate such things? Because do you just date feminine women, or have you ever dated another butch looking like lesbian?
So, look, I'm attracted to feminine women, but my ultimate type is always the feminine woman who has a little bit of a tomboy thing happening there. It's there's a sexiness about it. You know, like Aaliyah had back in the day. Like Aaliyah's feminine, but Aaliyah's out there with the baggy jeans or whatever. And I mean, it works. So, but ultimately for me, it's always about what you are attracted to and who you're attracted to. Because what we forget with all the labels we put in this community is that ultimately being lesbian means I am a woman who is attracted to other women. And whether this woman is masculine presenting, whether this woman is feminine presenting, whether this woman is androgynous, whatever label you want to put on it, ultimately all I am is a woman who likes other women. And
that's
all fuck the labels, bro.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, no, like fuck the labels.
I mean, it goes back to just you loving who you want to love, and
exactly.
it has nothing to do with a certain type of label or type or things like that. I think the world would be so much better if people can just be open to who they love.
Exactly.
You know, and not have, you know, these guys who we call after nines. Who
Yes.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of straight guys.
A lot of them. A lot.
A lot of stores. But from Anna Melville.
Straight.
A liquid blue.
Straight.
After 9. Yeah.
For you guys who don't know the term, it's guys who present as straight and have like girlfriends or wives or whatever, but after the sun sets,
They like ass.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
They love
Simple.
ass.
Simply put, they love ass, you know?
They're not getting it at home, so you know they go out there and yeah.
You never know.
No,
they
shame,
might not like
but
us.
I always say for situations like that, it's easy to blame these guys, but after 9 when you don't respect your wife. But I always feel like it's pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure from family, it's
Yes.
pressure from society that
Yes.
you need to be, because what we always think is that, and we have a picture of what gay is.
Yeah.
We think all gay men are flamboyant.
Yeah.
But understand that the same way that not all lesbians are butch is the same way not all gay men are flamboyant. Not all gay men will be feminine.
Yeah.
You will chill with literally this guy will play rugby. This guy will be the hardest person you've ever seen.
Yes, he'll be rugged.
And he loves men. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you will chill with a woman who is the most feminine woman you've ever met. And it doesn't make her less lesbian than people think I'm lesbian.
Yeah.
Right? It's a thing. It's weird for me that people associate how you look and how you act with the actual sexual orientation. It's very strange.
Actually, on that as well, there's beards, right? What do you think about beards? Come on now. Don't laugh. Because it goes back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
How people are pressured from society to act a certain way, to behave a certain way. And then they go full on. They get married, they have kids, and all of these things. And yet they have like boyfriends on the side. Or girlfriends, depending, you know. And then, so how do you think about that? Could you ever be someone's beard?
No, not me. The one thing I've never been able to do is deviate from who I am.
Yeah.
I've never been able to now say, but okay, this person needs me to be this for them to appear a certain way in society. I generally feel like it's going to be a bit controversial, but there are 3 things. Firstly, I'm going to speak from a lesbian point of view.
Okay.
3 things lesbians need to stay away from. Straight women.
Okay.
Because they will grate your heart, because they're not there for it. They're there to experiment. Do not. Please stay away from straight women. Jesus Christ.
That's what happened to my sister.
No, I speak from experience. Straight women who are in the closet. And look, it's not a discrimination thing. It's not oh my God, you're not out, so I can't date you. it's the trauma of being with someone who will never acknowledge you as their person.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So wherever you go in any public space, you will never be their person. You will always be introduced as a friend. And it's traumatic, that thing, and it breaks your heart. Third one, newly. Like those ones who've just come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Those ones.
They want to bounce around.
Those ones, the problem is that they think because I'm out of the closet, I want this. But then they're not sure yet. They're still finding themselves. So then you'll find them bouncing back and forth. They're still exploring their sexuality. So if you're gonna try and be in a committed relationship with that kind of person, uzofa. Uzofa. Don't do it. Hey, mina ndifile ndazibona ndisifa. No.
Baphatha bakubulala
Hey, uzibona uyafa ubulalwa ngumuntu, but understand but umuntu ukubulalela ntoni.
Exactly.
All you did was love this person and yazibulala. Hey, no.
You see, that's the messed up part. But then, don't you think beards, they know that? Would say, okay, this person's in the closet. I'm doing it as my best friend. You want to present yourself in the community as a straight man. So I don't mind being your wife or your friend or your girlfriend or whatever, so that you are able to.
I always feel like there's no ways you are close to someone and you don't know. Look, as much as I said, but there aren't any real, like, besides a gay man being flamboyant, there aren't any, like, telltale signs, this person is gay or whatever. But I feel like you know.
Yeah.
And I always say, but abantu bazothi, hi, these people badlala ngosisi bethu, hey, badlala ngobhuti bethu, bayayazi, guys. They know. It's that thing, yoba ndizamchinja.
People think they can change
it's
you.
That thing, but ndiyamthanda ndizamchinja uzabayele into ndiyifunayo, and sozachinje.
No,
even if nidivorce nina 50 usathanda abafana nangoku,
and uzawuyothandana nomfana,
and uzawuthanda umfana even if uphinde wachaka omnye umfazi uthanda abafana okusalayo. So it's always that mentality, but no. And I mean, heterosexual people really have that mentality, but gay isn't normal. So it's a thing I can change. I can shift it. I can change
but how?
it.
When this thing has been happening since the 30s, 50s, please, guys,
Dude, there's no timeline to it. Even
there is not.
But then people still have this stigma.
Look, I was researching for a poem the one time, and I found it really funny that there were actual cave paintings in Zimbabwe. And this was when Mugabe was still alive, and I found it really funny that they discovered these cave paintings, and these cave paintings depicted homosexual acts.
Oh, wow.
Between men, between women.
Yeah.
And I mean, a cave painting, how old is a cave painting?
Oh, come on. Yeah.
So now we're gonna say, "Ay, into zabelungu."
Never.
In fact, that taught us to now hate the very thing that we are doing, as black people. So
it's just that, you know what, I think also, Shane, is our time up?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. I know, I just thought that with Africans, we could hide it very well. We could hide the things that we do very, very well. And that's why abantu keep on saying ukuthi izinto zabelungu and whatnot. It's because now media and everything shows us that, listen here, this is what's happening around the world.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, but then, we never used to have this. Now you guys are learning from that. This is, and they always like to blame other people, for like, let's just say your child becomes lesbian and comes home and says, Mommy, listen, I actually like women. Simple.
That is actually the biggest misconception. That is the biggest misconception. I think it's.
But you pass it down because you hang around people who are lesbians and gays, and then you got it.
But then how is that possible when your parents were?
So do you know what they say? So they'll say, for instance, the justification behind same-sex couples should not adopt kids was that they will teach these kids to be gay.
Oh no.
Dog, my parents were straight. I didn't learn being straight from them.
I remember when my sister came out. My sister came out because she didn't want to come out until she was serious with her partner.
Okay.
So when she eventually came out, she was supposed to do Umemul. So you know, Memula, right to catches for women. So my mom was like, "Oh, are you just saying this because you don't want to do it? Huh? And have I not taught you anything in life?" She then decided to internalize what my sister said and say, "Oh no, I'm a failure as a mom. I'm this, I'm that. You know, this is an abomination." All that.
No.
Like, it was bad. It was bad to a certain point where I was like, "Woman, snap out of it.
You know
what? Fuck you.
But did you
and
guys
your opinions? And this is your child."
Did you guys know as the sisters that
we knew? Like, let's just say the kids all know.
Yeah,
it's the parents.
The kids always know.
The kids always know.
My sister used to make hints when I was younger. When I was like a teenager, she'd be like, "Hey, nilumke angasiphathela omnye usinazo. Nilinde inkomo nina, but angasiphathela omnye usinazo." And I'd be like, "Aibo, what does that even mean?" And then I must act offended. But what does that mean? At that time I know, but hey, those nazo.
You see, and that was the problem. Like,
but it's weird. It's weird for me. The other problem is the having to come out thing. I don't understand it.
Really?
Like now, I want to live in a world where no one has to come out.
Yeah,
I mean, the same way. If you rock up with your boyfriend at home by you introducing this guy to your family, that's what I want for the queer community as well at some point. But you know how stressful it is to think that I have to hold an entire meeting to tell people that I like girls, and I don't know how they will react
to it. Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a lot.
No, look, nah, lucky for me, my mom, look, my coming out story is weird because my mom, hi, what are you drinking? It looks nice. And I was drinking vodka and lime at the time. Oh, no, do you want one?
Yeah.
I'm mixing menzele. Hey, 2 vodkas and limes in. This woman is like, Snaza, when I'm tattoo wako wasmdana mo lesbian.
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, hey, bolo, mama says when did But like literally, but the one thing my mom said was that Tina Tanda.
I like that.
Whatever. And then she tried to go snitch on me to my dad, and my dad's response was, hey, didn't we always know? like
why are we shocked?
Why are we shocked?
What's happening?
Didn't she always like girls? So, I mean, quite honestly, I feel like I hit the lottery with parents.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, and I always say to people, my parents are in their 70s. And if people in their 70s can get out of their own things in their own heads and just and understand. I never understand how parents who are 50, 60 are out here disowning kids.
40, bruh.
40-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
40.
No, the thing is that, and I think it's one of the things that my mom had, it's that they worry about what the society is going to say, the community, you know?
And we can't live like that.
And that's the thing. It's like, then she couldn't talk to my sister for like 6 months because she was angry and upset. And she was like, she felt hurt. And she felt like, you know, she was, she was a fraud. She was a bad mom and all of those things. And I had to sit her down and say, listen here, it's not about you.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Not about you.
And I said to her, if you didn't know that she liked women, does it take anything away from who she is?
Exactly.
She's your daughter. She's literally your favorite kid. Also, that's another thing.
Oh!
You know?
Oh, she was the favorite.
She was the favorite. That's the thing.
Wow, we need to do a topic about that.
And that's what happened, right? And then I think for her, she's like, oh my gosh. I think she was riding on that wave. Like, my sister did everything right. Everything right. And then
she was lesbian.
Then she was lesbian.
Yeah.
Then it was like her whole world crashed in front of her eyes. And I was like, no, but it's not about you.
It was never about her.
Firstly, she's a dentist, right? She did well. Now she's married, which was another hurdle that she had to get over. And I was like, no, but it doesn't take anything away from her. She's still the loving daughter. She still listens to you. She does everything that we don't do.
How did she do the marriage thing?
Oh, no, they went to go sign in court.
Okay.
Oh, because mommy was not about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
The female's mom was like, listen here, I'm not even going to take you as my daughter's, because she's also, so they all both rooted in the church.
So they, okay.
You see, they're both rooted in the church, so both mothers had difficulty accepting it. Luckily, my mom, she had to accept it because we're like, listen,
not choice.
you have no choice. This is your daughter and you want to see her, you want her to be a part of your life. She's going to bring this individual, so you need to make sure that...
Sure.
I told my dad straight up. I remember, I dated someone who, at the time, I was sure that I'm going to marry this woman, right?
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with my dad, and I told him, you do realize that me and you and the family are going to need to sit down and create a culture that works for us, because the culture we have does not accommodate same-sex marriages. And this is why I always say I won the lottery with parents, because then my dad is like, yeah, of course. Yeah. We'll find a way around it. Because if you want to marry her, you marry her. Then,
I love
nice.
Why can't all parents be like that? Like I literally wish my parents on everyone. Like I feel like if my parents in their 70s can be that understanding, come on guys. There's no ways that we have hateful, bigoted people who are in their 20s, 30s.
That's really sad though.
Unfortunately, that's sad. How it is.
Naz, thank you for joining us. You were such a pleasure. Please give us your socials. Where can the people find you and follow you?
Where can
TikTok,
the people
Instagram.
find me? So on Instagram, it's at NazFlow. Flow like Flowetry. So NAZFLOE. On Twitter, at NazFlow. On, what's the other one?
TikTok.
Same one, same thing. All of it, at NazFlow. On Facebook, it's Nazon NazFlow Somhlahlo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had to include that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, in case people want to DM me someone, slip into the DMs there.
Okay, you guys heard it.
I mean, you are a snack after all.
If you want to slip in, you got the socials. Thank you guys for joining us. Please do comment, like on YouTube, The Kitchen Podcast. Please find us on Instagram, The Kitchen Podcast _20. You can also find me, Magwati _Avela. You know, just follow me. I like it.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure that you comment. If you want this beautiful lady coming through, again, please let us know, because I enjoyed your company.
Me too.
Thank you so much.
There's a lot we need to talk about.
Right? There's a lot we need to unpack that we haven't even...
Let's make it a
thing, right?
Let's make it a monthly LGBTQ podcast thing where we'll
talk to our bosses. We'll talk to our CEOs.
Let's talk to the powers that be.
Yeah,
we'll talk to powers that be.
We'll definitely have like a segment every month so that
we'll talk to our CEO.
Because at the end of the day, we're still learning, hey? And it's nice to have these type of conversations. So please do catch us on our social media platforms, and myself on Instagram, the only social media platform I have, which is lustrous _Lee.
Yeah, thank you. Join us again next time. We love you guys. Mwah, mwah. Bye.
Bye.
You're